Okay, so who am I? Well, I'm an FCCA and an MBA. I have an MBA in International Business and Export Management from the Cass Business School, University of London. I am an SPL tutor guru, which basically means that I do a lot of work with the ACCA producing materials designed to help students and tutors through the SPL examination, how to answer it, what the examiner is looking for, and so on. I'm a multi-subject tutor. I've been teaching for over 30 years. It's a long time, and in that time I've taught, oh gosh, I've lost count, but something like 8 subjects over the years. And that's actually worked really well because many of those subjects are assumed knowledge for SBL. So I can bring all of that experience into my SBL teaching. I've been an SBL trainer since September 2018, which was the first SBL sitting, and fortunately I had a national prize winner from that sitting, in Poland in fact, and since then I've had a few others. So what I have learned is that my approach and system works. But my background isn't purely teaching. I have also led 2 international businesses, one in Central and Eastern Europe and Central Asia, and the other in the Middle East and North Africa. So Middle East and North Africa, I was executive director for EY Training Center. I was looking after 6 centers in that region. And in Central and Eastern Europe, I was managing director for ATC International, which was a training business. So I can combine my hands-on experience with the SBL teaching that I do. And that is really useful because the examiner is looking for practical answers. Okay, this is not an academic subject, so that should be really clear to you right from the start. So what's our agenda in this series of short videos? Well, we have one agenda. Basically, the agenda is learning to pass the SBL exam. Now, that's what it all boils down to. I'm not here to teach you how to be an expert on strategic business leadership. I'm here to teach you how to handle the examination so that you earn your 50 marks plus. Okay, how are we going to do that? Well, I'm going to be talking about the system that I recommend students use, and as I've already said, the system which works time after time. I also am going to be focusing on what the examiner means, so we're going to be looking at some of the questions, the wording of the questions in the mock exam, and thinking about what that wording means so that we make sure that we give the examiner what he or she is looking for. And the third thing that we need to know to pass the examination is that we need to be disciplined, and predominantly I mean disciplined with the way in which we use our time. But it's not only about time discipline, it's also about being disciplined in terms of how you present your answers, which points you make first, how many points you make, all of those. They're part of the system, and you need to stick with those elements. So what is this system that I've been going on about? Well, the first step in the system is understanding what to do in the RPRT, and RPRT stands for Reading, Planning and Reflection Time. Okay, so that's step 1. What do we do in that time? Now, before the September 2023 examination, the SBL examination is 4 hours long. After September 2023, or from September 2023, the SBL examination is going to be 3 hours and 15 minutes long. So before September 2023, the RPRT will be 1 hour long. After September 2023, the RPRT will be 15 minutes long. However, those of you who are listening to this after September 2023, don't worry. What you do in the RPRT is exactly the same as what I'm going to describe here. It's just that you don't need an hour because the amount of data that you need to deal with is much less after September 2023. Okay, so what I'm going to teach now applies equally then. So what is it that we do in our RPRT? Well, step 1, review and highlight the overview. This is usually in Exhibit 1. It just so happens that in this mock examination, it is not in Exhibit 1. It is given as a separate document. Okay, review and highlight the overview so that we understand the context of the organization. The next step we do is we copy-paste the tasks into the response option, and the response option that we're going to use in SBL is always going to be the WP. That would be my recommendation. Do not please ever waste your time opening the spreadsheets. Do not please waste your time on doing lots and lots of questions and showing off your knowledge of Excel. Okay, in SBL, you don't need it. So we copy-paste the tasks into our WP. The next step, analyze all the tasks, highlight the key words, number of points to make, finishing time, etc. Okay, now, as I say, we expect after September 2023 to be able to do all of this in 15 minutes. But even before September 2023, in other words, for the June 2023 sitting, okay, up to get to this point where we've analyzed all the tasks, okay, should take no longer than 15 minutes of the first hour in those 4 hours that I mentioned. Then we need to read and analyze the exhibits themselves, highlight the key words, and that would take us 45 minutes in the 1 hour RPRT. And you're now ready to actually start writing the examination. And then just a small reminder that your RPRT will change to 15 minutes from September 2023. Okay, so I've just written that down so that you remember. Okay, well, let's see how each of these things works. Let's start with reviewing and highlighting the overview, which is usually in Exhibit 1.